Hey, welcome to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. Yeah, we've had a bit of a facelift. Not me, the channel, the new music and logo and things like that. Well, I wanted to give it a bit of a refresher, so I hope you like that. This is a show where I usually talk about a lot of retro stuff, VHS tapes, pop culture, music, games, comics, the writing life as a big geeky dad, that sort of thing. And I'm going to carry on what I did with last week's episode, VHS and Chill. Last week's over there, where I did like a vlog at the start, just a bit of a catch up, and then move on to a subject matter for you. So this subject matter this week is going to be all about full moon movies on VHS. I've got a very busy few days coming ahead. So at the time of recording, day after tomorrow, I'm going to go back to the 80s video shop in Alfreton to have some fun before my birthday and screen something cool there. So there'll probably be video shot of that. Yeah, there's a load going on. It's the summer holidays for the kids, of course. I've got a bit of time off work, so I'm spending with the kids. Come to the cinema today. We have a local cinema nearby that shows all the big new releases, like a month after everyone else. So then the tickets are half price. So we went today to see Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, the new Mission Impossible movie, and really, really enjoyed it. I've introduced the kids to one of the others so far, just so they could get used to it. I looked it up on Common Sense Media and IMDb, see which had like the least amount of swearing, and I'm careful with the stuff that I show kids. And it turned out Rogue Nation was a good one to show kids. So, well, that was all right, it would be acceptable. So I showed them Rogue Nation, they really liked it. So we went to see Dead Reckoning today, and they really got into it. For a review of that on the channel soon. Also had the pleasure of watching Heart of Stone on Netflix, the Gal Gadot movie, and that was good as well. So again, look out for a review of that. I think that'll be probably next week's episodes of Planet Hex Review Time, which will also get a review, which will also get a facelift once the current batch of videos that I've done has been exhausted. So this week it's been pretty cool. I've been checking out some good stuff. Lena and the Lions, which you can see over here, who I saw at MCon, and you saw a review of mine on the channel this recently over on Planet Hex Review Time. I reviewed their album Second Nature. They sent me a VHS tape, a new VHS tape. So this is the Get Real sessions, and this is the actual Get Real Sessions EP being performed live, and they did a VHS of it, and it's perfect because of their sound and everything. It really translates well to the tape, and I absolutely adore this. I love a band that is so part of like a retro vibe, puts a VHS out, and not only that, they also put out a cassette of it. And Lena was kind enough to send me a signed Polaroid with that, which was so cool. Thank you, Lena. That was really good of you. I've revisited for an upcoming video, Adjust Your Tracking, my favourite VHS documentary, which came out when I was writing vhsatemybrain, the revised edition of which is out now on Amazon. Details down below. And it's just as good. It's just as great. I heard a great interview with Dan Kinham, who the director of this, on the Straight to Video podcast as well. So do check out the Straight to Video podcast and find that episode. It's really good. This is a crazy, crazy piece of indie filmmaking that chronicles the VHS scene as it was in 2013. So all the collectors and the scene as it was then. It's still very, very vibrant. It still hits home in many ways. It's just great to revisit it. There's a new version that's coming out from Vinegar Syndrome with like, what was it? It was like 7 hours or 10 hours or 1,000 million years of extras on it. Something I'm still never quite used to is this artwork of Dan in there in the booklet. I hope that's not in the new one because I may never sleep again. Checked out a couple of comics this week. X-Men Red and Moon Knight Dark. Sorry, the What If Dark Moon Knight issue that has caused a bit of a stir recently, and X-Men Red with the X-Men Red team. These are quite fun. So I picked those up on a trip to town with Alex. Joe was at a friend's house, so I found myself with some free time with Alex. So let's just go and hang out in town. Here's what we got up to. So that's what I got up to in town with Alex. That was a lot of fun. We had drinks, we got comics, we hung out. It was a really nice day. Really enjoyed that. So let's get on to this week's subject, main subject of the episode, which is all about full moon features on VHS. So let's go and check out some VHS tapes, some full moon VHS tapes over on eBay. I've got it set to UK only. I've got it set to full moon VHS, and just going to see what comes up. It's got 23 results. I'm hoping they're all full moon ones. So full moon features movies and not just like videos of a full moon, because that'd be a really tough watch, wouldn't it? You know, especially if it was on like SP. That'd be LP, wouldn't it? And you get like 8 hours out of a 240 tape. So the first thing I see here is Shadow Zone. That is a nice, nicely self-contained, sort of claustrophobic sci-fi horror movie. That is a really good one. $7.99 for Shadow Zone is not bad. Not bad at all. I'm a bit confused by this. Oh, it's a NTSC. We've got an NTSC Castle Freak there. I'll open that up because I don't collect NTSC tapes, although I can play them. But Castle Freak is a great movie. Stuart Gordon movie. Shot on the famous Charles Band. Shot at the famous Charles Band Castle, and it's just a perfect piece of like gothic horror with some real nasty scenes in it. Okay, Big Box X Rental VHS videotapes. This has come up with in the full moon search, so I'm just going to open that up because you never know, there might be some in there. Killjoy 2. Not a big fan of the first couple of Killjoy movies, but with the latest sequels where it got more and more ridiculous, I'm all for those. They were crazy. Oh, Dollman. And we got Head of the Family. I've got Head of the Family. Oh, so we've got at the top there. This is why you should always be careful how you search. We've got Shadow Zone, VHS Big Box, and further down we've got Shadowlands, even though it clearly says Shadow Zone. There's also another copy of Dollman there, so if you're looking for specific titles, always do check around. There may be a better deal or one that's better quality for a similar price. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever, that's not what I'm after. Oh, Subspecies The Awakening, that looks like it's a small box, but that's definitely worth a look at. Sideshow on Big Box, I've not seen that for a while. The Creeps. Is everyone getting rid of their copies of Dollman? Full Moon in Blue Water, Full Moon in Paris, yeah, I would expect some of these to turn up that aren't Full Moon movies. There's The Creeps. Oh, Robot Wars. I haven't seen one of those in years. Laser Blast Blu-ray. Tourist Trap. VHS Retro Big Box Collection. Okay, it's not a tape, that's the Blu-ray one. Button Moon. Okay, VHS cassette tapes, only £1 each. Loads to choose from. You never know. You never know what you find in listings like that. And then it goes into stuff like just random tapes. Bloody Moon. That's not Full Moon. Full Monty. Yeah, we'll struggle for any more from there, I think. But let's see what we've got in these here. Oh, Real Ghostbusters VHS full collection, pal. £150. That's a lot of moolah. I'm going to the 80s video shop on Saturday to screen an episode of The Real Ghostbusters in an early celebration of my birthday. I'd like to do stuff on my birthday now. For a while it was just I didn't do anything and it was all kind of quiet and sedate, but now I like to do something fun for it. And why not, you know? So let's take a look at what's going on in these tapes here. So the first one is that top copy of Shadow Zone, and that is really nice looking. Let's have a look. There's a bit of wear on top of the cover. But that is a really cool cover. Set largely in a laboratory. It's not the best movie Full Moon ever put out, not the best movie you'll ever see, but it's a lot of fun and it's got that marvellous Full Moon logo. It does. It fills its time. It's 83 minutes. It fills the runtime very well. Weekly £1 rental. Yeah, I could see that. I've gone down to the budget ones in the video store. That's a really cool tape. That is a really cool one. Let's have a look at this Castle Freak. I'm intrigued. So I've seen the UK Castle Freak a lot. It's a great movie. There's some really unsettling stuff in that film. I do really recommend that if you ever get the chance to see it. Let's have a look at the back. I'm curious. That's like mostly the same stills that were on the UK one. I mean, why wouldn't it be, really? But yeah, Jeffrey Combs, got Barbara Crampton in there. It's a great movie, great direction for Stuart Gordon. A bit of wear here and there. Let's have a look at the tape. What's the label like? Tape's in very good condition. Yes, very good condition indeed. That's the problem with some of these, a lot of American tapes coming in cardboard sleeves rather than plastic clamshells or big boxes. Then they are more susceptible to damage. But that's a really nice looking one. I like that a lot. That's awesome. Love the cover on that, but just nothing against the people that made the movie. You know, it's an achievement to get anything made at all, but the quality of the first two Killjoy movies, it's hard to get through unless you're okay with shot on video movies, which is a good job I am, really, because you know I love these. This is not the Full Moon release. This is a Film 2000 release. It's a budget label. Charles Band classic. I love it. Listing anything as a Charles Band classic, that's fantastic. At £30 for a budget label tape. Not entirely sure about that one. Oh, what else have they got on the VHS player there? Just out of curiosity. They've got The Beast Within, The Split, Blade in the Dark, Roadkill, and Hand of the Baskervilles. Not bad. That's a Vipco Blade in the Dark I see there. So anyway, sorry, sidetracked there. I do recommend the crazy sequels. I need to have a look around the Full Moon app again and the Full Moon streaming service, because they've got so much cool stuff on there. Not just the stuff they make themselves, but there's got like loads of Jess Franco movies on there. There's pretty much all of the Andy Sidaris movies last time I looked, and just a load of weird things that you wouldn't expect to see, which is cool. So we've got Dollman. I had a copy of this around about when I was doing the first edition of vhsatemybrain. 13 inches with an attitude. You would have an attitude if you had 13 inches. Steady on. Good looking tape. There's no pictures of the back cover though, but that was a good one. It's Tim Thomerson hamming it up as a Jack Death type character who has arrived in our time and on our Earth, but on our planet he's tiny. He's very, very tiny. Hence Dollman, and hilarity and action ensues. Not sure why it's an 18 though. I don't remember why that would be an 18. However, one that should definitely be an 18 is Head of the Family, which I do have a copy of upstairs on the Planet Hex set. I love this movie. It's got like sort of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre family vibe to it, but also a quite perverse vibe to it as well. And there's some very cool use of practical effects and superimposition and forced perspective and that sort of thing in there. Looks like there's a bit of a kink in the tape though. Further on. Could well be. Speaking of tapes, I found a movie on Prime called Video Man from 2020, which was quite unsettling. I'm only about half an hour into it, but finding a movie about a bald guy that wears lots of black hoodies and is obsessed with VHS tapes and dealing with VHS tapes and screening them with mates. Yeah, it's an interesting experience seeing this obsessive nerd in his basement full of tapes. I was like, this is hitting home in unexpected ways. Oh, the Lean on the Lines video is finished. So yeah, Head of the Family though. If you've never seen Head of the Family, it is quite an experience. Definitely one I would recommend. Head of the Family actually to anyone that's not seen a Full Moon movie before, because it kind of covers everything in the same way like Toxic Avenger covers everything that Troma do. Gets you into that humour, that mindset, that sort of thing. Head of the Family is a perfect example of a Full Moon movie. So if you haven't seen that, do check it out. It's well worth a watch and unforgettable when you've seen it. I understand Bride of the Head of the Family is supposed to come out eventually soon. I think it was when was it? It might have been derailed by COVID. I'll have to read up on that. I don't remember. So the next one we've got here is I love the Subspecies movies. This is Subspecies The Awakening. I think this is the fourth one. So look at that with Radu on the front. Nice, simple artwork. Always found it a little lo-fi. Hello, William. Sorry, the creaking in the background was the cat coming in. I always find it kind of nice and lo-fi that the subspecies logo is in lowercase. I always thought that was kind of cool. It's like not subspecies, it's like subspecies. I know what I mean, even if no one else does. Leave me alone. It's late and I'm an idiot. Right, on the back we've got some nice artwork there. We've got the images of Radu and some other vampire-y goodness. Vampire-y? Vampishness. Vampirism, that's the word I was after. That was a fun film. I can see there being a market for this particular title at the moment because the 5th one just came out from Full Moon and even got a limited theatrical run. So I can see people being up for that at the moment. It's a good film. So this one is one I don't see coming up a lot. It's Sideshow. I've seen it a couple of times in recent years, but not all that much. And $12.99. It says it's acceptable. Let's have a look. The tape looks fine. Look at the cover. There's very minimal wear and age there. So, you know, if that's acceptable to you, I think everything else that you've got must be stunning. That's in really good condition. I like the look of that. Yeah, that's testing. Oh, it's the same dude. The same dude that did the other one with the other tapes on the player there. VHS Retro Collector. I see. Right, let's go and have a look at your other items just in case, dude. Ooh, Zombie Nightmare. Evil Dead, 450. It's a sleeve. Wow. 13 watches. Yep, Godzilla. 3 on a meat hook. I had an edition of that. I had the... it's gone out of my head now. White covers. I can't remember. Yeah, cool. I Spit on Your Grave. Flesh Feast. There's some great stuff on there, so do check that out. Also, lately, speaking of Full Moon, do check out their YouTube channel. There's some really good stuff on there. They're posting the entire films on there. They've got regular vidcasts with Charles Band. There's always something to check out on there. Set your notifications for it because they'll let you know then when you've got the latest additions to their channel. It's really good. Wow, this copy of The Creeps looks minty. Look how sharp those edges are. See, The Creeps pops up all the time on eBay, but there's a bit of a mark on the label there. That's not far off perfect, though, other than that. It is one of those titles from Full Moon that shows up a lot on eBay, but it's a good one to have. It's a good one to have in your collection. It's a good bit of silly fun. This, on the other hand, is one that does not come up much at all. So this is Robot Wars, and it was listed here as Robot Warlords. Full Moon label, X-Rental, Big Box VHS, tested. This is totally a good price for this. Totally a good price for this tape. This is not one that comes up a lot at all. Let's see what condition the tape is in. Yeah, that's cool. Bit of wear here and there, but that's not one that you see pop up a lot at all. Very similar to the other listings. Maybe got more than one account. You never know. But that looks cool. That looks really, really cool. So, yes, thank you very much for watching this episode of Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. If you like this sort of thing, please do like and subscribe. Please check out my book, VHS Ate My Brain, the revised edition. I hope you like the new titles and stuff around here. This is a new start. We'll try this format out for a while, and I'll see if you guys like it, see if I like it, see how it plays. Most of all, I hope you really enjoy watching these things. There'll be some more soon. As I say, I'm off to the 80s video shop in Alfreton yet again. Yep, there'll be another video there because I adore that place and I love publicising that place. There's a bunch of other places I'm going soon where I'm going to get some footage, and yeah, it's just great to hang out and nerd out. I think I've found my tribe here. You know, I know I don't have like millions of followers or anything like that, but the people that are on this channel, I really, really genuinely appreciate you because I know I've got the right people for my content, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you for joining me for this episode of Planet Hex.